Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. In this video, we're going to talk about Valve's decision to limit coaching, timeout changes, and the repercussions of this decision. I'll be using the HLTV post by Nerfed CS as a reference for Valve's statements. Links will be at the end of the video and in the description. Without further ado, let's dive right in. The first section I'm going to go over is Valve's position on coaching before this major change. At past majors, we have had conversations with pro teams about the participation of their coaches in the gameplay responsibilities of players, and they assured us that their coaches focused on activities traditionally associated with coaching, such as preparation, support, opponent study, etc. In this statement, Valve is saying that they want the coach to play a traditional coaching role and not as a sixth player. We were always open with them about our opinion that disturbing the work of 5 players, keeping track of the economy, calling plays and mid-round calls, and general situational awareness across 6 people is not in line with our goals, one of which was to make it possible for new teams to emerge and compete at the highest levels. We had no concerns with the other coaching responsibilities, and at the time, any potential harm was hypothetical. The second paragraph here brings up the main issue Valve has with the current state of coaching. Coaches can act as a 6th player, thus giving them an advantage over teams that only have 5 players. I'm going to show you another excerpt that I feel is important. It says, "However, we intend the majors and minors to be events that can be won by any team of 5 players that demonstrate excellence in all skills of CS, and this adjustment is intended to ensure that this remains true. The issue with a 6th player that isn't in the game is that the other 5 end up focusing on aim and not strats. This is what I believe Valve is referring to by demonstrate excellence in all skills of CS. Having 5 players focused on fragging gives that team an unfair advantage over a smaller team where one of their 5 players has to focus more on strats, their team's positioning, and mid-round calling." In this excerpt, Valve goes over how coaches currently can function as a 6th player. With unrestricted communication with their players, coaches can currently function as a 6th player, and not solely as a source of guidance or training. Activities such as keeping track of the economy, calling plays, and general situational awareness are important components of CS gameplay. If a person is performing these actions, we consider them a player. All these said actions are typically done by one of the 5 players, but if the coach is doing this, they are considered a player, resulting in 6-man rosters instead of 5. The next paragraph explains why this isn't what Valve wants. Since the goal of our events is to identify the best 5-player CS teams that exhibit the best combination of all CS skills, the current participation of coaches in the game is not compatible with that goal. From this we can see that Valve intends to find the best 5-man lineups, and with those 5-man lineups, a variation of different skills, not just aim. And finally, here you can see how Valve has decided to change coaches' involvement. During a match, the coach can only communicate with the players during warm-up, halftime, or during one of the 4 30-second timeouts that the coach or player can call. I believe while the coach involvement has been limited, they can still affect games and help their teams. What is most interesting about this change is the 4 30-second timeouts opposed to the current 2-minute timeout per map. While there would be more timeouts, the coach can only communicate for one of them. This gives the IGL of the 5-man roster more opportunities to make small adjustments or use multiple timeouts to cool off. What this change means, in my opinion, is that the IGLs will have further impact on the game. Majors and minors will also be more fair to smaller teams, which means more upsets are possible. While the coaching position has been limited, I feel this in no way will lessen the importance of a coach, as they can still give advice at 3 different times a map. Teams that currently use coaches as an IGL, such as Navi and Liquid, will have to use one of their 5 players instead. This adjustment, I feel, will be no more than a small inconvenience since these players have called and do make calls during the game along with their coaches. The full article by Nerfed CS can be found on HLTV, and there will be links at the end of the video and in the description to the article itself and Benja's Twitter if you want to follow his work. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.